Frankly, we are due for some satanic panic, first of all, because
Definitely.
it's been so long since Sinead did anything, Madonna did anything, Marilyn Manson did anything. We are due.
Welcome to Keep It, Cricket Media's show about pop culture and politics and what happens when they smack into each other at an alarming speed. I'm your host, Ira Madison III, a television writer and Fall Out Boy fan.
I'm Louis Fertel. I'm a TV writer and Jane Fonda historian.
And I'm Aida Osman. I'm a TV writer and alleged comedian.
Let's get into it.
Last Thursday, Lil Nas X released a music video for his latest single, Montero, Call Me By Your Name. The video features Nas seducing himself as a snake in the Garden of Eden, pole dancing in high-heeled boots, and giving the devil a lap dance before twisting his neck. Of course, there was some drama from the conservatives who love culture wars because it's all they have. And they're tired of yelling at Cardi B about the WAP performance of the Grammy. So now they have a new thing to be mad about.
And Nas might find himself sliding down that pole for real. This is desperate and really pathetic.
Well, it's all deviant and it's all killing the black man. And we have no black men left. Masculinity is dead. So.
Meanwhile, everything he does in the video is basically what you would see in a Pussycat Dolls video. So we can go back to erasing Nicole Scherzinger.
Also, the excitement. The first time I saw these photos, Ira, you had reposted them. It was like all the photos of Lil Nas X in the wig, and I was like, "Oh, girl, he is about to destroy us." Because Lil Nas X is the actual king of PR, and this amazing 5-day rollout that he's been doing. It feels like a long form stand up comedy set, this experiential thing, and I'm so excited and so happy.
Right, releasing the fake Nikes with a drop of blood in them. 666 of them, talking about Nike suing because they're not official Nikes.
But they look exactly like Air Max 97s. Genius.
Yeah. Fun stunts to get you to continue talking about it. And, not to dwell on the conservative responses to it, but it is, for me, it really highlighted just how obsessed they are with staying relevant through popular culture.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Grammys happen, and they're talking about Cardi B and the WAP performance, and now this happens, and obviously, Lil Nas X is one of the biggest pop stars out right now due to Old Town Road, being that big-ass #1 single. I think it still has the record. Mm-hmm. And the idea that they are they know this is dropping, and they're waiting to jump on it and talk about it. And they always jump on the thing so quickly. So it's like they're watching everything, waiting for the moment to have a response. It's almost, like a comedian on Twitter, gotta watch this award show that I don't care about just to get off some jokes so they can go viral and I can get more followers. That is what the conservatives do as well.
Right. Meanwhile, this is a man who wears neon pink cowboy outfits. What is he going to do but seduce the devil in what looks like a warehouse party on Chromatica? Of course, this feels just very natural to me. In fact, I am somewhat charmed by there being any controversy at all about this. It feels very 80s Tipper Gore to me. When, in fact, usually the homoerotic controversial music video is generated by either a musician who's in the closet, like a George Michael at the time, say, or someone like Madonna, who in the Justify My Love video had men making out, and then she's in the background snickering at them, which that's the irreverence I like. Not only is it a queer music video, but it feels like Lil Nas X is very amused with himself as he's doing it too. It's not super self-serious, and that is just so thrilling. That's so medicinal to me. Here's a truth about me, and I'm handling it with really cartoonish, insane, fun, but still somewhat emotional heft.
Frankly, we are due for some satanic panic, first of all, because
Definitely.
It's been so long since Sinead did anything, Madonna did anything, Marilyn Manson did anything. We are due for this, and the black queer kids deserve it, and I'm so happy.
What's actually so exciting about this is that, to address your satanic thing first, Aida, it's taken me even a long journey to enjoy something like this. because I wasn't even a religious person who was like, oh my God, imagery of Satan is like turning me off, right? But I just remember as a kid being like, these Marilyn Manson videos, I was like, that's too much for me.
Yeah.
Right? Just like even hearing it. And it's like, I think it only took like, I think I could only get into like Beautiful People, being like, oh, okay, this is a bop. You know,
you're like, this isn't a major key. I can listen to this.
Yes, but seeing this, I'm like, okay, Satan, let's do it.
I totally think it's fair to remain divided on how you feel about this video, because I can celebrate how exciting this is for Lil Nas, the queer community, and for him accepting his own sexuality. But also, I didn't like any of the Satan stuff or seeing this like poorly CGI'd Satan's neck getting snapped and him dancing. I think it's fair. I think it's fair to not know where you stand.
I think, I would have liked something other than Calvin Klein underwear.
Oh, that's your big gripe.
I think some of the styling was a little off. That's it. But to address what Lewis was saying before, about it not being so self-serious, I think what was so fun about it is that it is very playful. And then outside of the video, he can do things like post a letter to his 14-year-old self on Instagram, saying, I wrote a song with our name in it. It's about a guy I met last summer. I know we promised never to come out publicly. I know we promised to never be that type of gay person. I know we promised to die with the secret, but this will open doors for many other queer people to simply exist. So there is this awareness there. And even this sort of internal struggle, right, of being, whatever he considers to be that type of gay person, quote. And it, does that just mean a gay person who's happy and doing whatever they want and now realizing that you can do that, and it's so nice to have queer themes in a video too that aren't from a straight man, sort of like playing the field to get, to gay bait.
That letter articulates how, for a lot of queer people, you think I don't have to talk about being gay or I don't have to talk about my sexuality is the liberating thing. And then something changes in your brain usually, and it becomes, why the fuck wouldn't I talk about this? That's the freeing thing. So it's like that. He really articulates that strange introspective thing you have to do to get to the other side of being out as, one, no big deal, and two, my own, especially my business. So I'll talk about it with whatever candor I need to.
Well, I mean, we still experience that as adult queer people, people our age who you'll always get that one person who's just sort of like, yeah, I'm gay, but like, I don't need to talk about it, or like, how many times can you get onto like a gay dating app and see people being like, still writing in 2021, the phrase, not into the scene. I'm like, girl, what is the scene? What is the scene? What is the scene? Are we doing Summer and Smoke? Are we doing Cat on a Hot Tin Roof? What is really the scene here? Because I had a date with a man recently who was a few years older than me, and he was not really talking in the respects of I'm not into the scene, but he did sort of say, I'm not a person, who like goes to gay bars, and like I'm not really into like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, first of all, that might be a thing that I would be okay with hearing years ago. But once you like learn anything more about gay rights movement, gay liberation, how it is a space for, non-cis white people to exist in, it gives you this whole different perception of people who are like, I'm not into like the scene or going to that stuff, right? Because it's also like, you don't have to go to it because you're gay, but you can also still walk around and go to sports bars and be like a bro or whatever if you'd like to be, It's the other people in the community who have to go there because they're not safe in other places.
Exactly. Like, it's a political move in the way that I hear that you can pass in other places and you don't give a fuck about your community, nor do you care or need that community the way people like us do.
Yeah, you're setting yourself apart. It's
sounds like a gay imitation of life.
There you go. Yes.
and
precisely.
And you're sobbing as your gay elder is dying at a funeral. And you're like, I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm sorry. I will go to the Abbey with you.
So I imagine you're still dating that man.
No, absolutely not. But a lot of that, too, I've been thinking about just because I got myself and Royce this book, Gay Bar, Why We Went Out, by Jeremy Atherton Lin. And it's sort of like talking about the history of gay bars. And I think it's a very good book. So people should dig into that.
I cannot fucking wait until gay bars come back. I'm somebody who has like basically stopped drinking over the pandemic. And I'm not saying nobody should drink or everybody should drink, but I may just give it up and start drinking again because I miss gay bars that much. So,
I miss the unadulterated version of myself. You know, there's more. This is me stopping a lot. So
no, we're all on airplane mode right now, and I'd like to reignite the other 90% of us, which happens, at places called, trunks, etc.
Plus, I just love blasphemy in pop music anyway, because as I said before, Judas is my favorite Gaga song.
Yes, shut up.
And he is a barb, and there are shades of Nicki's Roman's Holiday performance at the Grammys that got the Vatican pissed off at her.
God, do I miss the Vatican sending you a strongly worded missive about what you have done? The Madonna
They did that to us
Ambition
last
tour.
week. Mm-hmm. Hey, faggots, stop having sex.
We've thought about it, and it's a no, all of gay people.
I'm imagining some assistant at the Vatican constantly reminding the Pope, you said that you were going to say something about, the gays. And he's like, I'll get to it. I don't know what accent that was.
Somewhere between Argentina and all of Europe.
Then it's an Ira accent.
It's the Ira Kaufman.